It's got a good rhythm to it. Avila drops his shoulder, looking for a foul, didn't get it. Brown up there high. Johnson secures.
We talked about the flow. It's a pretty clean game right now.
Oh, no! Nothing clean about that.
Well, a familiar look, a number 23, a freight train coming at you. Sometimes you try to get out the way, but it's not enough. Yaxel, big time finish.
Fans love that with Cheddar and Lendeborg. Oh, what a play! The reverse and the foul. This is definitely a my goodness. I mean, he goes to the other side, but he's not on the other side. Now, Tennessee is arguing that Roddy Gale got to the rim before.
Beat Patrick Ewing down there, but he is so effective when he's aggressive.
Avila's open again for three, unable to connect. And the baseball pass. Oh, okay! The athletic big man.
Let's not bury the lead here. Look at this pass. The pass first led Mara right to the basket. Okay, so old school Wes Unseld, little Kevin Love.
In Alabama's defense, 343 in allowing points in the paint. Right now, they've done a great job in this game so far. Not that time. There's a point in the paint. In fact, two of them from Michigan. Well, you take here. This is what Cadeau is so good at. He finds Morris Johnson. They don't get back.
Cheddar shot fake. Got the flyby from Taylor. Drop it off Burnett. He sizzles it in for two and a foul.
Beat the pump fake, boom. Not staying disciplined. Taylor didn't. That opened it up for rotations. And
Allen, oh, bad pass. He threw it right to Lendeborg. Up ahead of the pack, Burnett. And Burnett with the flush. Alabama was clean in the first half. A couple of early turnovers here in the second.
Kenny spins baseline, turns it back. Lendeborg wants it. Lendeborg driving Gillis. He'll lob it. Oh, that's easy when you see the skyscraper up there.
Lendeborg able to get by. Smaller Gillis throw it up. And no matter what.
Meanwhile, over on CBS, Duke and St. John's coming right down to the wire. And Millett had an easy one there, and I don't know why he passed it out. Cadeau for three.
His ability to affect the game in different areas is what makes this Michigan team one of the favorites who could eventually cut down the net come April and having.
Oh, goodness.
Amara. Well, I mean, tip ball, get it back. No one for Howard. Look, you see that.
And the way that he has come on here in the second half. The second half of the season, I should say. Don't forget the winner will play Arizona. As Johnson gets it to go with the foul. Roll to the basket on that pick and roll. Nobody gets to him, and a good finish there by Morris Johnson. His first field goal of the day. Was 4 of 6 from the line and gets that one to drop. Definitely not. Both ways, offense and defense. Cadeau, a three. You know, this kid, his first 2 years in North Carolina, I watched him a lot.
I'm happy for you, Jay.
Yeah, enjoy the mundane and enjoy the fireworks. Morris Johnson Jr. right to the rack.
Well, when you're
up for the possession arrow. Here's the look from Cadeau.
Well, look how easy that is. That's just a lob over the top.
To put the Wolverines on the board.
Well,
they are not only elite offensively, they're elite defensively too. Number 2 in the nation defensive field goal percentage. Mara working around Estrella. What a move by the big guy. Like right there. Terrell for 3. And Lendeborg goes up to get the rebound. Again, the shot clock was winding down. Cadeau lob. Mara the flush. Yeah, I mean, they're just going to throw this up in the air. Pretty easy target. I could probably throw it to a Day Mara. Let's not get crazy here.
You know, in the tournament, the team can get hot, so if you can shut the valves off early, it's better for you than having a 7-footer inside.
Dime. Mara wipes it away.
Points off the bench at the 27 on the board. Here's McKinney. First run for Trey McKinney, the freshman. Cadeau. Charlotte guards him. Cadeau. Tough bucket inside. Flex it a little bit.
Amen to Estrella. Tough pass. Estrella goes up, lost it. Cadeau takes it away. And now Cadeau wants to fly up ahead. Great speed for the New Jersey native. Leaves it for Burnett. Extra pass to Lendeborg. And Dusty May calls timeout. Michigan's way in the first half. 45 points before halftime for the Wolverines.
Both basketball junkies would meet up at that open gym, and they realized they just love the game, so they travel together to pro training camps, and it's a friendship that continues to this day.
From Niagara Falls, if you missed it earlier, Roddy Gale Jr. from Lewiston Porter High School. That at the rim is not going to go down, and it's out of bounds to Michigan. A whole lot of vision when Adai Mara is in the way. That's
and the values that you spent with your teammates.
Thames picks a pocket. You know he's ready to dunk. And that one is denied.
And Gale will reset. 19 points in 4.5 minutes and 2 more for Burnett. And Rick Barnes calls another timeout. Offensive rebound, Allen. Philon will launch again. And he misses his second straight. Lendeborg looking for an outlet. He's got McKinney. Nobody back. McKinney lays it in. Same thing again. Nado's not happy with that.
And I'm sure these young men donning the Michigan jerseys were listening intently.
What a hook pass by Mara. Just a beeline for Roddy Gale.
They saw the throttle put on him in the first half with the 2 fouls. This feels like Robbie Avila's second half now. Mara with a rim run.
With a triple from the outside.
You know, Michigan came out looking to push the tempo because Tennessee didn't want to, and they have controlled it all the way.
Mara with the block.
He's only their best shooter by percentage. Philon makes the most. Oh, they fell asleep there.
Mara to Johnson.
Coach May has used it as a challenge. He said publicly, our second unit has not been as good since he went out. And this is an opportunity for them to step up and show that they can have a spark without Kaysen on the floor.
And now he's turned into the Big Ten Player of the Year at Michigan. McKinney, extra pass. Lendeborg for 3. Arm cue.
So he's a guy to keep an eye on here in the second half for Tennessee.
Yeah, like you said, Opara, and Carey were had some foul issues. Another lane.
Lendeborg has not missed a shot yet today. What a move. And he bangs another. That's why he's the Big Ten Player of the Year.
Just happened. Michigan's defense, first of all, this is a great move here. Goes through the legs. Right cell falls down. But what happened on that possession?
Cadeau 8 to shoot. Turns on the turbo jets. Drive and kick to the corner. Johnson. Yes, sir.
You got Johnson that can step out. You just got to put that pass on time, on target. Flatten out the defense and get that shot.
Mara with a block.
Adai Mara, this is what he does best. He pursues the ball handler, gets the block.
Both these teams amongst the national leaders in scoring in the paint and in not allowing people to score in the paint. Who's going to win out in this game?
Mara with the jam.
Before that, they were 1 for 7, but that's what they do. You can never fall asleep on them from the three-point line. Never.
Bricel bounces it in. Good feed, and Mara with the block.
Gillis looking left and then back right. And it's pinned by McKinney on Bryce Harris. What a defensive play. And Burnett on the tic-tac-toe to finish. At 28, but Howard staying alive here.
And staying alive, but that defense to offense has been a beauty to watch here this evening by the Wolverine. Pace a little bit, a little press. More so, there it is.
A steal, Burnett. Burnett going all the way. He'll put it in with the left hand. And Michigan starting to put the roots down right now. Looking like a #1 seed again.
And they also have pretty good guards, too. Jaden Bradley was the Player of the Year in the Big 12. That is going to be an unbelievable semifinal game.
Johnson, the jam. Have really cooled off after that hot start that gave them an early 9-point lead. Johnson with the jam.
without telling him, got him into this basketball camp to really invigorate his love for the game. You don't have to learn that in a camp. Mara is just a wizard.
Shirts didn't like it. I tell you
Just
that.
shirts to say, make sure you
With his former freshman year roommate at Ohio State, Akpara and Roddy Gale of Michigan remain very good friends to this day. Lendeborg has 25.
Not over helping, and so they have not been in rotations a lot in this second half.
Gale with the exclamation points.
Cadeau just makes it look easy.
22 assists for the Wolverines tonight.
And they're number 25 in the nation in terms of assisted.
Gillis with 5, lets it rip. That's an air ball. Follow, no. Rebound, Mara. Oh, the hit ahead is a touchdown. Josh Allen would be proud.
I knew you were going there. Breathe, but here you go. Wes Unseld.
Well, he had to adjust his role on being on the perimeter, catching, blowing by his initial defender, and he's done an excellent job within this system. And speaking of which, nice move. Come on, man. You didn't see that a few years ago from Mara.
That window is just there momentarily. How about the pump fake? And
Akpara from the free throw line, it won't go. And Cadeau the rebound.
It's not going to get an easier look than that.
Yaxel flying through! The full Yaxel! Yaxel parting the seas, throwing it down. Wolverines in cruise control.
You got to come off that screen ready to shoot because he's not even coming up on you.
Cadeau tied up inside, and Mara cleans it up.
Michigan 30 of 44 from the floor. When you're shooting from an inch away,
the 0-footer is unmatched. Because this St. Louis team can score in bunches. We've seen that.
going up top, and it's Mara who sets up Marez Johnson, another Michigan highlight.
Well, let's give the people what they want, which is replays. That's a beautiful pass right there. It did.
That wasn't great transition defense there. Jefferson was pretty much wide open.
Gale from the outside. It's good! Ball going to get back in it.
And how they get 5 of them off the bench.
Moving down to 6 minutes to play in this game as Mara has to go collect it. Up by 24 for the Wolverines. He arches his back, spinning to the rim. Oh, man. That's just a disaster waiting to happen.
Challen throws a better ball.
Oh, save it. Narrate this dunk.
I don't have to.
2:30 remaining in this first half. Up top, Lendeborg! Set up beautifully by Roddy Gale.
The backside is open, and you got to make a decision. Am I going over or under? Trying to get in between that screen. You have no rotational help because if you look to the left of the screen,
Now, the problem is the Alabama game is slowed down. Now they're playing half court.
Lendeborg leaves it. Counted and one!
Great job by Lendeborg. Another assist for him and a great finish by Gale before he's going to take a seat with those 3 fouls. But you take a look now at halftime.
To the post. We're going to shift the defense and then get our bigs deeper post position like that right there. That's the difference. You can get paint points in a number of different ways. And
Michigan's got to execute here in the half court.
Lendeborg, no. Mara the follow!
Wow. You're going to see Sherrill here. He's kind of just standing there, and now he goes to help a little bit. He leaves, kind of gets a hand up, but doesn't really do anything. And Mara just comes in there.
Oh, Green gets open. They didn't leave a whole lot of space.
Nope.
Got away from Lendeborg, who's on the run out now. The missed 3 and packs it down. That's the other side of a missed 3-pointer. Seed is feeling it from the Billikens a little bit.
Boswell will set things up. Rick Barnes telling us before the season, didn't think Boswell would even make the starting lineup. What a key cog he has been for the Vols as that one's knocked out. Michigan started 4 of 11, but since then, they've made 5 of their last 6. Cadeau sends it to the corner. Extra pass. Lendeborg wide open. Gillespie with those 2 early steals, but he's 0 for 5 from the floor. Estrella on Lendeborg. Yaxel wants to take him. He wins that matchup. And Mara the rebound. Tennessee is now 2 of 9 from beyond the arc. Gale, transition 3. It's good! Gillespie now 4 steals away from the all-time season record at Tennessee, and Cadeau with a counter. Cadeau out to Gale. Extra pass Lendeborg. Now Cadeau in the corner. It's good! And Mara steals it. That's why he guards the inbound.
He can get the fast break initiated. Cadeau, no look to the wing, and three-pointer is good for Nimari Burnett.
That's a great point, Evan, and that's really what happened. Their transition defense was not good. How about this?
Mara the 3! His 3rd of the year.
And schemes with. Coach May told me yesterday that the Church literally has all of his plays, his practice film, and knows all of his terminology.
Gillespie for 3. Estrella rips down the board, but Cadeau pokes it away.
You think about what he's given to this team with his body of work.
Burnett, shot fake, then into it. He got it. That was nifty.
He's 2 for 2 to start the day.
And you'll see a lot of similarities offensively with these two teams.
Lendeborg inside. Now he's in the book. That is the Big Ten Player of the Year, first team.
If I knew he was going to be an All-American, I would have.
But Dusty May, that kind of guy, that kind of team here at Michigan, has Cadeau, puts it in.
Can't go under that screen.
Into the corner, a rejection for Cadeau. And for Michigan, that's their 6th block of the night.
Why does that matter so much?
Because against this team, you lull yourself to sleep because things come too easy. When you press, it takes effort and energy. Now, the focus and concentration, attention to detail.
Trying to get inside. Now they go. Brown goes behind the head. Avila's got time here. Shot clock down to 1. He puts up, and it's blocked. And what a stand by Michigan.
Amen from the baseline. And those offensive rebounds have dried up for Tennessee. Burnett a transition 3. It's good! Cadeau hanging and finishing.
Now you see the defense picking up, and I like this switch to a zone defense. Now the challenge is shot goes up. The rebounding is going to be at a premium.
Trey McKinney, the freshman.
The point of attack defense. I mean, guard your man one-on-one. If you keep him under control, now we're not forced into help situation, giving up those open threes. And how about that beautiful out-of-timeout play to get Cadeau coming off a screen.
But I agree with Rick Barnes.
Lendeborg for 3. Cadeau jumper is good.
Rebound for Okoje. He's in a hurry. Okoje had it knocked away by Burnett. Nicely done. Sleight of hand.
Yep. Both of these teams put 100 on the board, Jim, on Thursday. St. Louis 102 points against Georgia. Michigan 101 on the board as they beat Howard. And there's Mara.
I mean, why not bring McKinney into the game?
Well, he just hopped off the bench. He's at the scorer's table.
I mean, McKinney's been so good.
Right side trying to squeeze a pass in there. Another Alabama turnover.
Is made available because of the success of shooting the ball from deep.
They got 11 of them already. 10 of them in the first half. Cadeau triggers and buries it. Elliot Cadeau for 3.
% clip from beyond the arc.
But that's a result. Morris Johnson shoots not a lot, but 40% from 3. You take that quick shot, and Billiken's made you pay on the other end.
Three-pointers are flying. This is Nimari Burnett.
Lendeborg has some space, hits the three.
You know, this guy's proven that he's a really good three-point shooter.
Play it for Burnett. Off the shot fake on Cotton. He'll drop it off for Gale, who wants Burnett to take it, and that was a smart move. It's a three for Nemari Burnett.
Hey, he's a great player. I told him keep shooting it. You know, our coach, the coaching staff, the players told him to keep shooting it. You know, so that's the mindset.
You got it. Thanks so much.
Good stuff there from Ali LaForce. Inside first possession, it is Merez Johnson who scores.
Shot clock at 6. Phylon trying to get some separation. Step back's rejected by Johnson, and that one at the buzzer does hit the rim.
See if you can get something early. If you don't, you didn't bleed a lot of time off the shot clock. Get it back out, set your offense, then go to work.
Cedric Taylor on the drive. He got fleeced.
The physicality of the conference, teams knowing each other. So you see a different Michigan team, a more free-flowing Michigan team, back to how they were at the beginning of the year.
Another block for the Wolverines this time.
Is able to track it down.
That's 3 blocked jump shots this half.
Phylon in trouble, and Cadeau goes to the ground to take it away.
Howard, that Cotton didn't pick up his 4th.
He even thought it was his foul.
No, he did.
Johnson trying to drag into the lane, and he scores.
It's not just the size of Michigan that overwhelms. It is their speed. They are unlike any team in college basketball. And that little turnaround jumper's nice from Adai Mara.
Lendeborg to the basket, and a tough shot off glass for
2. Mara, Cadeau, Burnett, just like that for 3.
But they're in the Midwest. They get a chance to go to Chicago for the Sweet 16 Elite 8, Final 4 in Indianapolis this year. As Lendeborg.
But a rebound to McKinney.
That was really good half-court defense by the Wolverines.
That 3 gets the bounce for Roddy Gale.
Travell Bryson has a quick 5. Yeah, we'll see Robbie Avila and St. Louis coming up in game number 4 of our night. Mara with some ballet down low.
Michigan's knocked in all 4 of their three-pointers thus far. And the Wolverines lead it by a point. Sharma blocked by Cadeau.
Good defense right there.
Tom Izzo's been so good at Michigan State in the tournament is because his teams are also always very good at running and playing half court. That versatility really helps in the tournament.
Howard was within 4 at the break, and Mara will claim that as his. Lendeborg has Burnett with him.
With the 2 fouls.
You better believe it. In particular, how Michigan was hunting him in the post to get in there.
Sherrell already has 2 threes. That ties his career high. Mara has the touch.
It's a rebound for Taylor, who's met by Mara. Taylor had it blocked. Mara, a closeout expert.
Finish this one off. They set a program record for games won by more than 20 points. Three-pointer is good as Nemari Burnett.
Shot clock at 5. Phylon just outside the lane. It won't go.
Howard is a very strong defensive team out of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, the MEAC. Here's Lendeborg. It swirls down.
He gave him the stare, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he gave him a few words.
I'll tell you, those two have been going at it all game. Cadeau, nice find. Johnson, little pass fake, drives it. And that was well done. Footwork.
Look where Sherrell is. He's letting Mara just, but nobody's out there to help on those screens.
And Cadeau knocks it out.
That's what's going to happen. If Sherrell stays back there.
BCU had one of its best moments ever in this very building, 2007, when Eric Maynard beat Duke on the other hoop as Morez Johnson Jr. goes after that basket easily.
Lendeborg and also Mara inside.
Got to attack Avila here. He's got 2 fouls.
Yep.
Mara goes to work. Turnaround jump hook is true.
I'd like to see him be more aggressive offensively.
Lendeborg.
Elliot Cadeau started at North Carolina. Reclassified. He was a 17-year-old when he entered the mix. Three-pointer is good. McKinney right into the fray. is within single digits here, and a chance at the last shot. They push.
That's the beautiful part about having officials like Jeffrey.
Yaxel Lendeborg. He's got a three. He can really stroke it from out there. There's another guy.